Dear students in grade 12, good afternoon. Welcome to our English seminar for today, in which we are going to talk about the English exam. This is Umayma Sharba, Senior Supervisor of English in the Ministry of Education. Let me welcome my colleagues who are going to share in this session. Ms. Samar Ashrawi, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon, Ms. Samar.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Ms. Amal Ad-Dirra, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon, Ms. Amal.
Good afternoon, Ms. Umayma. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. You are welcome and thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, dear students, you know that for the English exam, you have to prepare yourself for everything related to your books. The vocabulary, the tenses. We are going to talk about everything. So please, if you have any question, don't hesitate and call. You have the phone number below the screen. So call us and we are ready to answer all your questions. Dear, we are going to talk about the grammar, the tenses, the vocabularies, the phrasal verbs, the everything related to your books. Okay, and we will give you examples. We will do some exercise. So let's start now in order not to waste time because we are short of time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
We
don't
have
forget, if
enough
you have
time.
any question, we are ready to answer.
Yeah,
So
sure.
to start with a grammar, okay? Any grammar, you know, dear, that you have to study about tenses. And we have, you know, tenses. We have the past, the present, and the future. And we have three cases: the simple, the continuous, and the perfect. Then we will talk about the causative, the wish, conditional sentences. We will talk about the inversion, the reported speech, everything. I hope that we can do everything now in this session. Okay, so to talk about tenses, you know that we will start with the simple present, okay? With the simple present, you know, dear, that when is the student ready to choose this simple present, Ms. Samar, to start with this tense, okay? So the student should know the form of
Sure,
the verb
sure. We have
in
to
order
talk
to
about the
choose
form,
it.
the use of the
Yes.
tense, and everything. First of all, let me congratulate our students who pass their exam.
Of course.
And yeah, sure. Congratulations for all.
For all the students who passed their exams.
For who failed, then we
Okay.
will help
Good
you
luck.
to get your marks and to pass your exam, inshallah, in this semester. Okay, first of all, let's talk about present simple.
Yes.
Yeah. The use of present simple is to talk about habitual action, about routine, about facts, and so on and so forth. So we have a simple form, very simple form, which is either verb 1 or verb S.
Yes.
Okay, and we choose between verb 1 and verb S according to the subject. So if we have I, we, they, or a plural noun, we have to choose verb 1.
Yes, of course.
The base form somehow of the verb. Let's say if you choose I play or plays, definitely we choose I play.
Yes.
Okay, and if we have singular or she, he, it, we use verb S. Okay,
Yes, that's
and
right.
the negative form of that will be don't or doesn't plus verb 0. Okay, we have some adverbs of a frequency because we are talking about habitual action, about routine. So here we have adverb of frequency. How often
Yes.
do you repeat your active
Yes,
or
of
activity?
course.
Sorry, always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely.
Yes.
Okay,
Never.
however,
Yeah.
or how many times?
Yes.
Okay.
There are many.
There are many. So as you said, we have, according to the subject, when we talk about the simple present, to choose a verb 1 or verb 1 with S,
Yes.
okay, with he, she, it. As you said, when we have the adverbs of frequency, you know that we choose the simple present. When
Yeah,
we
sure.
talk about routines, facts, scientific facts,
Scientific
general
facts.
things, that's right. So let's give our students examples in order to clarify. Let's do some exercise
Yeah,
to
sure.
clarify this point, okay? And we have here to choose the correct answer, A, B, C, or D, okay? Now, let's talk about it. Yes,
Yes.
Miss Amal, would you
Yes.
please?
The first sentence will be Hama, being an ancient city, space between the past and the present. Wherever you go, the answer here is combines.
You are right, thank you. So Damascus, being an ancient city, combines between the past and present wherever you go.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
yes, we talk about all the cities, all the Syrian cities are ancient and they
Yes.
have great history, great culture. They combine between the past and present. So we have to choose the simple present here, to choose combines, okay? Yes, please, Ms. Samar?
Yes, number two, our boss often angry and loses his temper when things go wrong. Okay, here we have got, definitely not, it's about past simple, is getting, has got or gets, definitely gets. You have to remember to look for your adverbs sometimes. We have often here, so we will choose D.
Yes,
Okay.
and he loses his temper.
Yeah, he loses his temper,
He loses
sure.
his temper.
And
Now
gets
here we
angry.
have an indicator
Yeah, sure.
for
Yes,
our students.
of
Yes,
course.
please. Thank you. Ms.
Yes,
Amal?
welcome.
for the third sentence, the brain space, every organ in our body. Here we have a scientific fact, so of course, as we said, we must choose present simple tense.
You are right.
The answer is controls.
Controls. Thank you very much. So the
Yes.
brain controls every organ in our body. Thank you. Yes, Ms.
Yes.
Samar?
Moscow is too cold in winter. Yeah, that's sure. It's a true, it's fact.
It's a fact, yes,
Yes,
because
yes.
it's always all cold in winter in
Yes,
Moscow.
of course.
When we have facts, the sun rises from the east,
Definitely.
wood floats on water. Well, whenever we have a scientific fact, we
So we
choose
choose
that
simple
simple
present
present.
tense.
Thank
Simple
you.
present,
Yes,
yes.
please.
She always, everyone, and now her father is in jail. She is getting a test of one's medicine. Teases.
Yes,
She
teases, of
always
course.
teases everyone, and now her father is in jail. She is getting a test of her own medicine.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now we talked about the simple present, and I hope that we gave our students a clear idea about what we talked. Now let's move to the present continuous. You know, dear student, that present continuous has a form, right? And we will talk about the form, we will talk about its usage. When do we use the present continuous? Yes, please, Ms. Samar?
Yes, present continuous, and to differentiate between simple present and present continuous, you have to ask yourself a question. Is this action temporary or
Or not.
permanent? Yeah, if it's not permanent, which means temporary, so we have to choose present continuous. Present continuous, which means subject plus verb to be,
Yes.
okay, and verb ing, which is a present participle. So
Yes.
here we have the form of present continuous. We have I, for sure am, or am not plus verb ing, he, she, it, or singular subject plus isn't, or is plus verb ing, and we, you, they, plural noun plus are, aren't plus verb ing.
You are right.
Okay, that's the form of the present continuous.
So as you said, Ms. Samar, sorry
Yes.
for the interruption, what are we doing now? We are discussing, we are talking.
Sure.
Well, this action is, by the time of speaking now,
It's
the moment.
happening now
during,
at the
it's
moment,
happening
at this
now,
moment, yes.
at this moment, so it's present continuous.
Yes.
The verb to be with the ing form is, according to the subject, he, she, it is with the ing form, and the other subjects, you know, we have the are. I am talking to you. I am talking to you. I'm addressing you,
Yeah,
dear
sure.
students. Well, but we have we have a note here.
Yes.
When we talk about present continuous, we know that we have some verbs
Yes.
which are stative verbs,
Yes.
Good.
which are not used in the continuous form. What are these stative verbs? If you tell us, please,
Yes.
Miss Amal.
We can divide the stative verb into many groups. The first one, abstract verbs, like for example, want, need. The second group will be emotional, like for example, miss, like, love, hate, etc. Also, we have, for example, understand,
Yes.
remember,
The mental
for
verbs,
the
you mean.
mental verbs,
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
yes. And
The verbs of possession.
yes, possession, like for example, have, has, had, belong, own. Sometimes we have mixed verb, like for example, the verb believe, in the meaning of يعتقد. Okay, it is a stative verb.
Yes.
It
According-
doesn't come with ing.
Yes.
While in the meaning of thinking, it comes with ing.
You are right. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you
So
very
we
much.
have to differentiate between the stative verbs and
Yes.
the action
The
verbs.
other
The
action-
stative verbs aren't used in the continuous form. If the sentence contains any indicator, like now, at the moment, this stative verb, for example, if you say believe or own,
think, or-
these verbs aren't used in the continuous or in the progressive form, okay, as
Yes.
we, Ms. Amal mentioned. But like think, understand, believe, I would like to note for something. As you said, for the stative verbs, the verbs of the tenses, when I say, when the meaning changes, so sometimes they are used in the continuous
Yes.
form. For example, it looks nice. It looks nice. I'm looking at
you,
at
for
you,
example.
for
I'm looking
example.
for my
okay?
cheese.
It
Yes.
tastes delicious. Well, I'm tasting
I'm
the
tasting
soup.
the food.
Okay?
Yes.
So taste, look. Here we have a verb which is stative when it's used in a sentence in a stative form, or it's progressive when it's used in a sentence to
Yes.
indicate action. Okay? When I say I'm tasting the soup, it means that I'm doing something. I'm tasting. Okay? When I say it tastes delicious, it looks nice. Okay?
This is a
Here they
sense.
are,
Let's say
the
it's
meaning
a
is
sense
different,
here.
so we
Yes.
have to notice this.
Yes.
So let's do some exercise
Yeah, let's
to
go.
make the idea clear for our students.
Yes.
Let's choose the correct answer.
Yes, choose the
please
correct
start.
answer. Yes, A, B, C, or D. Please don't make so much noise. Why? Because I to work. I'm trying. I was trying. I tried. I have tried. Definitely because I'm trying.
I'm trying
to work. To
okay?
concentrate.
Thank you.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
right. Thank you.
I complete silence now while I try this experiment. I'm wanting, want, have wanted, or wanted. Of course, it's want.
Why?
It is an abstract verb.
Yes.
It's an abstract
Stative
verb.
verb, yes.
The verb want isn't used in the ing
Yes.
form. Okay,
Of
thank
course.
you. Yes, please.
Yes, I can leave now. I am waiting for an important client. I am waiting. Okay.
Yeah,
get the
you are
answer.
right.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
waiting.
Yes.
I can't leave now. I'm waiting for an important client.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yes, Ms. Amal.
Here we have a question. What are you doing under the table? Is there anything wrong?
You are correct. What
Yes.
are you doing under the table? Is there anything wrong? Thank you very
The
much.
meaning of this sentence indicates that the action is happening right now.
You are right.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you very
Yes.
much. Well, I hope that the present continuous is clear for our students and they are able to choose it when they need to choose the present continuous.
Yes.
Now let's move to another kind of present, which is the present perfect. Well,
Yes.
according to present perfect, we have a different form and a different usage for it.
Sure.
Now let's talk about it before doing the exercises related to it. Yes, please, Ms. Samar.
Yeah, okay, present perfect. Actually, I like this tense. I don't know why. It's in between the past and the present, actually.
Yes.
Here we have some actions that started in the past, but the result is still now.
Yes.
Okay. We use present perfect to talk about life experience. So I have watched this film before, okay, or once, whatever. We use present perfect whenever you don't have any time indication or indicator. We use present perfect.
You are correct. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We have
that's
a
it.
relation between the past and the
Between
present.
the past and
What-
present,
What
yes.
is the form of present perfect?
Yeah, the form of present perfect has or have plus verb 3, past participle, sure, and the negative form is haven't or hasn't plus verb 3 also,
Yes.
You
or
are
past
correct.
participle. Whenever you have I, we, you, they, and plural subject, we have or haven't plus past participle, and he, she, it, singular, we have
Hasn't.
has or hasn't plus past participle.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
I hope that it's clear.
Yeah,
As
I
you
hope
said,
so,
we have the have
actually.
and has with a past participle of the verb.
And there are many indicators.
Yeah, we have some indicators
Yes.
here. We have just already. The meaning of this indicator, let's say, I have just finished. I have just finished. I'm talking about an action that is started and just I.
We have the results.
Yes, we have the results in
Yes.
the present.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't finished yet.
Yeah, I haven't
Yes.
finished yet.
Okay.
The
I
action
started,
is
but-
still going on.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes,
Okay.
you are right.
Here we have since and for, and some students feel confused between the two indicators, since and for. What's the difference between since and
Yes,
for?
what's the
Always we
difference?
have this question.
Yes.
Okay, so
Would you like to talk about it?
it's okay. If
I
you-
can,
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Miss Aman.
Since comes with a specific day, for example, specific hour, specific month, specific year.
Yes.
Okay.
You're
While
right.
for with a length of time.
Duration,
For
yes.
duration,
We have a
yes.
duration, yes.
For 3 years.
For a
for
week.
2 weeks,
for
for
a year.
example, 4 years,
Yes,
and so on.
you are
Yes.
right. When we
okay.
have specific time, we
Yes.
use since. With the since Monday.
Yes. With the
Since 2 o'clock.
duration,
Okay, but with
we use for.
duration, we use
Yeah,
for 2 weeks, for a year, for a while. Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. Now let's clarify it by doing some exercise and
exercises.
choose the correct
Yes.
answer. Yes, please.
Yes, we anything yet? Really? I have decided, don't decide, haven't decided, or didn't decide. Not sure, haven't decided. We use yet for
Yes.
question and
Negative
negative
forms.
form.
You are right. Thank
Yes.
you. We haven't decided anything yet.
Yes, we
Yes.
haven't decided.
Yes, Miss Aman.
Number two.
أحلام مستقني space some of the best novels in recent years. Here the indicator is recent years, so
Yes.
the tense is present perfect. So,
course.
the answer is has written.
Ahlam Istanmi
Yes.
has written some of the best novels in recent years. Thank you very much, Miss
Yeah,
Aman.
thank you. I can phone for an ambulance. I'm sorry, I have lost my mobile. So I said I can't, so I don't have a mobile phone now.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so the result is still
Yes.
in the present, so I have lost my mobile phone.
You are correct. Thank you very
Yeah.
Here we
much.
have cause and effect.
Yeah,
Of
thank
course.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. I hope that it's clear. I hope that the present perfect is clear, dear students. Now let's move to another form. We have the present perfect continuous. This is another tense, the present perfect and continuous.
Continuous.
Now, what's the form of perfect and continuous? Now, what's the difference between the present perfect and the present perfect continuous? Okay, and what's about the indicator? Some students ask, what's the difference if in the final exam we have a question which contains the present perfect and the present perfect continuous? What should I do? Okay, now let's make it clear for our students. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. It's very close to present perfect continuous to present perfect actually. The form is have, has, sure. They share the has, have form.
Yes.
And then we use been, okay, and then verb ing for
Yes.
present perfect continuous, while present perfect has, have plus past participle. Okay, here. The usage of present perfect continuous, that the action started in the past, or maybe it was continuous in the past and is still continuous until now.
It doesn't finish.
Yeah, it doesn't finish yet.
Well, the action isn't finished. It's still continuous in
Yeah,
the
sure.
present. So
To the future.
I have been
Until the
studying
future
English.
also.
Yes.
It means I have been studying English. It means that I'm still studying English. When I say I have studied English, it means that I have finished. So we have this difference between
Between
both
present perfect
sentences.
and present perfect continuous.
There is
Sure.
an Egyptian song that says حبيتك وبحبك وححبك على طول. It's very much alike to this
It's
tense.
clear.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Aman. Well, so have been ing or
Yes.
has been ing, the present perfect
Perfect
continuous,
continuous,
it means
yes.
that it's continuous. What about the indicators? We have since and for, right?
And
Yes,
we have,
of course.
yeah, we have since and for. We have recently, we have never, so far, all.
All.
during-
Okay.
Well,
All
you are
with
correct.
duration of time.
We have the continuous. When the action is continuous, it
Yes.
means that.
But again and again, our dear students, you have to look at the verb if it's stative or not.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
of
sure.
course.
Be careful
why.
about this idea, this point.
Whenever we
Okay.
note about the verbs, when we have
Yeah,
the
sure.
stative verbs, they are not used in the continuous form, whether the present continuous or the present perfect continuous.
Yeah, sure. I can say I have been known or have been knowing which one. I have been known or been knowing Amal
Known
all my life,
is a stative
all
verb.
my life. It's a stative
have
verb, so
known.
I can't say been known,
With
knowing.
ing.
So
No.
I have
Yes.
I have
been,
known.
yeah, sure.
Yes.
There is
Or
a
I know.
case. Both tenses are correct.
Yeah.
For example, with verbs of study, work, travel, for example, and live.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? Both tenses are correct with since and for.
With
Yes,
since
we can
and for, you are correct.
choose both tenses.
Thank you
in
very
this
much.
case. Yes.
Well, let's move to the exercise and
Yeah,
choose the
sure.
correct answer. Yes, please.
We about that for weeks. We are talking. We have been talking. We had talked. We're talking. Yeah, sure. We have been talking about that for weeks.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have been talking about that for the weeks. That 4 weeks. It means continuous.
Yes.
Yes, please, Ms. Amal.
She on that manuscript for 2 years now. We have for with the duration of time and present indicator, which is now. So we can choose has been working.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, her eyes are red. She a lot of onions. So she has been peeling.
Yes.
She has been peeling a lot of onions.
Yes, of
Cause
course.
and
She has been.
effect.
Yes.
Of course,
It's very
you are
clear
correct.
here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes. I space here all afternoon. I have been sitting here all afternoon.
Yes, it continues.
The
Thank you.
indicator here is all afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now let's move to the simple past. We have finished everything about the present.
Present
Now the
tenses.
past.
Yes.
We have the simple, the continuous or progressive, and the perfect. Okay. Now let's start with the simple. What is the form of the simple past? Okay. What the form and the usage? We know before we talk about it that we have the regular verbs and the
We have
irregular
irregular
verbs.
verbs, sure.
Well, the simple past, well, we have the regular verbs, we add ed to the verb. For example, when we have play, played. Play in present, played in the past.
In the past.
So we add ed,
Yeah,
played, okay? But we have irregular verbs. Here we change the verb. Go in the present, went
In the
past.
In the
Okay?
simple past, yes.
So let's talk about, yes please, past simple.
Yeah, we use past simple to talk about an action that started and finished in the past, in a specific time in the past. Okay?
You are right.
That's it.
Thank you.
That's the usage of simple
We
past.
have finished actions.
Yes.
In the past.
Yes.
You are correct. So finished action at specific time in the past.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
in
sure.
We know when.
yesterday, yes, last week,
Yes.
last time,
Last night,
any
yes.
time in the past, which
Ago,
is
for
last time
example.
ago,
Yes.
in 2004, for example.
Yes. In plus a date.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's specific in the past. We use the
Past
simple
simple.
or the past simple.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah,
Now
and
let's
the negative form is didn't plus infinitive or verb zero. Okay, as you mentioned previously that we have present and past for irregular verbs such as leave,
Yes.
go, break, cut, and so on and so forth.
Many.
Okay, indicators yesterday, in the past, ago, and last week. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
And we deal with all the pronouns the
yeah,
same.
sure, the same.
Yes.
Yes.
You are right. So, but let me add, for example, when we have he went to school, okay, it's an affirmative sentence. If we want to change it into negative,
So we
we
have
say he didn't go.
good.
The verb went. When we make the negative, he didn't go. The verb goes to the verb one, which
Yes.
is the infinite form
Yeah,
of the
sure.
verb after
Yes.
the didn't, okay? Don't forget when we form the negative form of the verb. Well, let's do the exercise and choose the correct answer, please.
Also choose the correct answer A, B, C, or D. A few weeks ago, a woman, space, to report a robbery at her house. Called.
Of course.
Yes, the indicator ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
we have.
sure.
Yes.
Few weeks ago, a woman called to report a robbery at her house.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
clear here. Yes.
Number two, the burglar came in through the front door and the woman's bag. Yeah. Here we have, let's say, a series of actions in the past. The burglar came in through the front door and then stole.
And he stole.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
he came and he stole. Everything happened in the past.
Good.
You are correct. Thank
Yes.
you.
With
Thank you.
series of past action, we use past simple tense.
You are right. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, now I space Joe last night. I saw Joe last night.
Yes, we have last night indicator. I
yes.
saw him
It's
last
clear
night.
here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, she was excited about the subject because she was so interested herself. So here we are in the past already. She was so interested. Here we can choose made. She made us excited about the subject because she was so interested herself.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. You are correct. Now, that's everything about the past simple.
Yeah.
Dear students, you know that we are giving brief ideas. We try to, we are quick. We talk quickly because we need to give you everything related to your exam. So we need to talk about it. If you have any question, please ask. Now we will move to the past continuous. We talked about the simple past or the past simple. Now we will talk about past continuous. What the form? When do we use the past continuous? Well, what is it? Now, when do we use? When is the student able to use the past continuous, please?
Past continuous, maybe to talk about an action that was continuous in the past, in a specific time in the past. Let's say I was watching a new film yesterday at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
I said yesterday at 7 o'clock, so I use I was watching TV. Or to talk about parallel actions in the past. I was watching TV while Amal was reading a story,
Yes.
maybe like that. And to talk about one action was in continuous, but the other interrupt this action. Let's say I was reading or I was studying, my mother called me.
Yes.
It's like that.
When I
Okay.
was walking in
When
the
I was
street,
walking, it
rained.
started to
My
rain.
friend
Yeah,
called,
okay, my
for
friends
example.
called.
My friend
Yes.
called.
Yeah, that's
it.
the usage of our tense. The form is sure
Verb to be.
be plus verb ing. In the past we have was or were plus verb ing. I, he, she, it, and singular we use was or wasn't plus present participle. And we use a plural noun or subject we use were or weren't plus present participle.
You are correct. Thank you very
Yes.
much. That's what you talked about, the past continuous.
continuous,
Let's
yes.
do the exercise
Yes.
to help our students know how to choose the past continuous. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's done, the first one. I was driving when it started to rain. We
Yes.
notice here that we have two actions. One
Interrupted the other.
is interrupted the other. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
That's right. I was driving. It's a continuous
started,
action in the
yes.
past. When it
started to rain.
started the verb in the past
Yes.
simple. Okay, it interrupt the action.
Yeah,
That's right. Thank you.
And the
Next.
conjunction is when.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
While she, the lesson, one of the students interrupted her. While she was explaining the lesson, one of the students interrupted her.
You are right. While
Yes.
she was explaining, it's a continuous action.
Yes.
So one of the students interrupted her.
Yes.
Interrupted
Is a
is
past
a
simple.
past simple verb. Okay.
Yes.
It happened, which interrupts the action, the
Yeah,
previous
sure.
one. Right.
Yeah, right, that's right. While we basketball, one of my friends broke his leg. Check broke in the past, and here we have while. While and verb to, so we are going to choose we're playing basketball. We have something that happens suddenly.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Why-
here we choose past continuous, we're playing.
Thank
While
you.
we were playing basketball, one of my friends broke his leg.
Thank you very much.
Yes, the last one.
Yes,
It
please.
happened at 4 in the afternoon when she news on TV. When she was watching news on TV.
Yes, it happened 4 in the afternoon when she was watching.
Yes.
The continuous, the duration. It's during that she was watching the news and something happened. That's
And
right.
interrupted
Now
that.
I hope
Yes.
that the past continuous is
We hope
clear
so,
for
actually.
our
We hope so.
students. Now let's move to the past perfect. Past perfect. What is it? What is its form? And when do we use it? Yes, please. The past perfect.
Yes. We use past perfect to talk about an action that already finished before a specific time in the past.
Yes.
Or to talk about two actions
Yes.
in the past, one following another.
You're right.
The
Yes.
first one
Yes, the first
will
one.
be
Yeah, sure. You can
yes
continue.
in the past perfect tense.
Okay.
Something happened
Yes.
before something else in the past. Okay.
Yes.
An action happened before an action
Another
in the past.
action in
By
the
the
past.
time of an action which had happened in the past. Okay?
And both actions are completed.
complete.
Yes.
Yes,
in the past. Yes.
That you are right.
With all the pronouns or
We
the
have-
subject, we
yes,
have had for affirmative sentence, hadn't for negative, and past
Past
participle.
participle.
Yes.
Of the verb. You are
Yes,
correct.
and the keywords are clear, by, and the specific time. For example, we have before,
Before,
after,
after.
as soon as, until, because, when.
time, yes.
Yes,
By
by
the
the time.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now let's choose the correct answer and make it clear for our students.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
please.
go. When she came into the room, the burglar had been leaving or had already left, has already left
Or
or
had
left.
left.
Yes. Here we have had already left.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, please. When she came into the room, it
Mhm.
happened in the past,
Good.
and the burglar had left before she came into the room.
Yes.
Had
So the first
already-
action is
In-
leaving the room,
leaving
and
the
the
room.
other
The
one
other-
is coming
Her
into.
arrival.
Yes.
her arrival to the
Yes,
room.
yes,
That's
yes.
right. So we choose the past perfect with the action which happened before
For
Sure.
the first action.
that action. That's
Yes.
right. Yes,
By
please.
the time I got to the meeting, the important issues. We have here the indicator by the time. We have also got with the past simple tense. So the correct answer is had discussed. By the time I got to the meeting, they had discussed the important issues.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You are correct. Yes, please.
Yes, the enemy retreated to the sea after the villagers, them, sure, the enemy retreated. Here we have past simple, we have retreated, verb 2, to the sea after. Also here we have after, sure, had fought the villagers, had fought them.
Yes.
So the first action is,
In the past simple.
yes, the first action in the past perfect,
Past
and
perfect,
then
and then
retreated
second.
the past simple.
Thank you, Ms. Samar. You understood
Yeah.
that. Some students sometimes are confused
Confused
when
between
they heard the first action or
Which
the
And the
one
second
second
is the
action.
first?
yes.
For
Well,
example.
we have to put in mind that what happened first is the past perfect. It doesn't mean in the sentence what is written first or what is
No, no,
done
no.
first. No, to understand the verb, what happened first in the past, it's in the past perfect. Then we have another action in the past, which is the past simple.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes,
The
that's
last
it.
one will be I knew her because I her several times. Here we have a new, the past simple tense. This is the second one, of course. And because the indicator, so the correct answer is C. I had
Had
visited
visited
her several times.
You are right, thank you. I
Thank
had
you.
because I knew her because I had visited her several times. Well, we talked about the past perfect,
Yes.
Simple, yes.
which is an action finished, happened, and finished in the past before another action.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the past perfect continuous.
Oh my
Past
gosh.
perfect continuous. What is it? What is the past perfect continuous, and when is the student? When will the student use it or choose it in the sentence? Yes, please.
Here we have two actions actually, both in the past. One of them was in continuous or have a duration before the other one.
Right.
Here we have, and duration, let's take an indicators for this duration, like since or for.
Yes.
So here, let's say since or for, and I want to mention about that for the slides previously. We have some indicators related to present perfect or present perfect continuous, okay? And then we make shift back to the past. So here you have to change your tense from present perfect or present perfect continuous into past perfect or past perfect continuous.
Yes. So the student should know that he is dealing with the past.
Sure.
Yes.
When dealing with the past, I know that the sentence is
In
in
the
the
past.
past or the action is in the past. I have to choose according to this past. So the past perfect continuous, as you said, thank you, Ms. Samar, when something happened and continuous, it's in progress.
Yes.
In the past, okay,
It
before
lasted
something.
for some time in the past, before another
have a
verb.
duration,
Yes,
yes.
we have a duration
Have
of
it.
time.
Yes, in the past they had been climbing by the year, let's say, 1999. Okay, they had been climbing for days. They had been working hard for weeks. Okay,
The action lasted for some time.
it lasted for time. Thank you very much. Now let's choose the correct answer.
Yes, let's go.
Times were hard, and the family, for some time. The family had been struggling for some time.
You are right.
Yes.
Thank you. Times were hard. So times in the past were hard, and the family had been struggling for some time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. She as a waitress for 3 years when he met her. Yeah, here we have two actions. He met her, but before that, she had been working as a waitress for 3 years. Here we have a duration and the control with past tense, so here we have had been working.
You're right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Scientists announced the launch of the new drug last week. They ate for 5 years. They had been developing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's, you are correct. Thank you.
Yes.
Her eyes were red.
Yes.
I have mentioned this sentence before with the present perfect continuous, and then I make shift to the past tense to focus on that.
Yes.
Actually, our students feel confused about tenses, but it's very easy.
Yes.
It's not as it
You are
seems.
right.
Consider-
When we talked about present, we said her eyes are red.
Sure.
But now
But here we have her eyes
her
were
eyes
red.
were red.
Yes,
A past indication.
yes. A lot of onions she had been peeling.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
That's right. Well, we have finished everything about the past. Now let's move to the future. And we know that future, whatever will happen, something will happen after now. Okay? We talk about the simple future, the continuous future. We have many forms. But everything which will happen later on in the future, after now, it's a future.
It's a future,
Now yes, that's it. Will you talk about it, Miss, about its form?
Yeah, we are going to talk about the forms of the future as present and past.
Yes.
We have simple future, we have future continuous, we have perfect future, and we have perfect continuous future, actually, the same. But here we have so many for expressing simple future. Let's say subject and verb 1, verb s, which means we are dealing with present simple tense.
Right.
When do we use present simple tense to express future forms? We use it for fixed time.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, our exams will start. What do you think? Our exams
Starts. Yes.
Okay, we have a specific time in the future that we can't change.
We have a timetable
Yes,
or a
we have a
schedule.
timetable.
Yes.
Okay, so we use verb 1, verb s. The other form is to use present continuous.
Yes.
And we know that one use of the present continuous to talk about the future plans.
Arrangement.
Yes.
We mean the
Whenever you say
future.
future, yes, future plans, which means arrangements. Here we use is, are plus verb ing.
Yes.
You are
Okay.
right. Well, you said, Ms. Samar, that when there is a fixed time, we use for
Simple
example,
present.
the simple present,
Yes.
and the simple present means future when we talk about fixed time. For example, the bus leaves. We know that we have a specific time for
yes.
leaving.
We
The
have a
bus leaves
schedule
at
of-
6
for leaving.
a.m., for
Yes,
example.
the flight,
so
for
we
example.
use the simple present to indicate the future.
Yes.
We use another thing, the present continuous, to indicate future when you have arrangement, when you have personal things. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
We use the present continuous to indicate the future. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah,
We
most
have
welcome.
something else.
Yes, sure, we have something else.
Yes, Ms. Amal?
With is are, going to, and the verb in the infinitive form. Here we are talking about intention.
Right.
When you are going to do something and you intended to do it in the
Yes.
future, so we use this formula
You are correct.
to express the future tense.
When you intend, we have intention to do
Yes.
something, so we use this.
A
I'm
former
going to-
decision
Yes.
also.
I'm
Yes.
going to study English. I'm going to study hard. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Another thing?
Yes, we have, as we know all, will or won't plus infinitive or verb 0 to express prediction without evidence.
Yes.
Let's say I think it will rain tomorrow. I hope so, actually.
Yes, it's too hot.
Yeah, it's
I
too
hope.
hot today.
Prediction.
So I think it will rain. I don't have any evidence. I don't have anything to say that, but I don't know why. Maybe it's a wish. Maybe a
It's
hope.
a wish.
Yeah, yeah.
We will talk
We
about
will talk
it
about
when we
the
talk
wish,
about
yeah,
the
sure.
wish. That's right.
Maybe for sudden decision.
Very good,
Okay, the
yes.
phone is ringing, so I will answer. I will reply. That's it. To promise,
Yes.
I promise I will help you.
Thank
Okay?
you. Thank you very
yeah.
much.
I hope I will pass my
You
exam.
always do.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. It's my duty.
Yes.
It's okay.
We use will and be plus verb ing to talk about an action that is expected to last for a duration of time in the future.
Very nice.
تمام؟ Okay.
You are right.
Tamam,
You
yeah,
are
okay.
right.
Yes.
Well,
Like
Well, what about the perfect?
with the perfect.
Yeah, well, we use future perfect to talk about finished action. Or no, this action will
It's
have
supposed-
finished and supposed to be
be
finished
completed.
in a specific time in the future.
Yes.
So here we are now. We are baccalaureate, let's say, and by 2030, I will have graduated.
Of course, I will
Yeah,
have
sure.
passed
I will,
my exam.
yeah, I will have passed my exams.
I will have entered
Yeah,
the,
sure.
the
Yes.
university, I hope, for all our students. Thank you. Now let's do the exercise and choose the correct answer, please.
Yes. When I space the answer, I let you know. Here we can consider this sentence as a conditional sentence from the first type. Okay? We have when clause and will clause. So here we have the verb with the present simple tense, which is find.
Of course.
When I find the answer, I let you know.
Of course, thank you. You notice that the choices are clear.
Yes,
When
I
I
think.
find the answer, I cannot say I will find the answer, I will let you know. Or I cannot choose the past form, which is found. I cannot choose the past perfect form, which is had found.
Yes.
So when we look at the sentence,
This
we
is a
notice that
conditional sentence.
it's like
We
the
can
Yeah, we
consider
say
it.
that this sentence, or we have a section for future which is called time clauses. Here, whenever you use if or when, as soon as long as, the moment, until, here we have the when
Present
or the
simple.
if clause with the present simple tense, and the other side with will plus verb infinitive, or will be verb ing.
You are
We
right.
have the two possibilities.
Thank you for
one.
this notice.
Yeah,
It's very important.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's
Next.
very important for IMAR series and very important for the previous series of English, because we have a question to complete a sentence with a clause. So here, for example, let's say our exam question, when I find the answer, and continue your sentence with a clause. You
Complete
have
the
to,
sentence.
yes, you have to indicate a subject, I.
Yes.
And you have to indicate, you can use, instead of will, you can use can, or a form of our modal verbs.
Right.
Will the clause or
yes,
can
will
the clause?
yes, I
Yes.
will let you know.
Of course.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Yes,
My
please.
exams on 27th of June. Okay, here we have a timetable or a schedule we can say, so the answer will be finish.
Yes, of course. Thank
Yes,
you.
present simple.
Yeah, by the time I'm 60, I expect that nearly everything, yes, previously we said by the time plus verb 2 or past simple, we have to choose had plus verb 3.
Yes.
So which means past perfect. Here we have by the time and verb 1, or we are in the present. So I expect that nearly everything will have a change, future perfect.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to add something, Ms. Samar.
Yes,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
sure.
By the time now, I'm expecting I'm expecting something to be done in the future.
Yes.
Yes.
By the time I'm 60, it means that I'm not 60, but by the time in the future, when I'm 60, so
Yes.
something will happen. Will
have
happened.
happened.
Will
Will
be
have
completed.
happened.
Yes.
Yes, in the future. So
Yes.
we'll have changed the correct answer. Thank you.
Yes.
Next.
I on the project all the next week. Okay. Here the answer is will be working. I
Yes.
will be working on the project all the next week.
So you notice here it's continuous in
Yes, it
the
is
future.
future continuous. Yes.
You are correct. Thank you very much. So you notice, dear students, that we have variety of choices. We have different sentences, and each sentence has something related to future. We have a specific time arrangement. We have a perfect future, continuous future. So I hope that our students have good idea about it.
Yeah,
Now
sure.
we talked about the tenses, the past, the present, and the future.
Future.
We talked about their cases, the simple, continuous, and progressive. Now let's move to grammar. Now we will talk about the passive voice. What do you mean by passive? Well, students in the previous series, the previous curricula need to change the sentence from
into
active
passive, yes.
into
Yes.
passive,
Passive voice.
while students of IMAR are going to choose
the correct
So they
answer.
need to study the sentence carefully to know even he is or the subject of the sentence is the doer of the action or
Or
not
the-
the doer of
yes,
the
the
action.
recipient of the
So
action.
the student should read the sentence carefully.
Sure.
Yes.
And when he decides that he is the doer of the action, the subject is the doer of the action,
So
he
this
needs
is
to
active.
know.
Active
Yes.
sentence.
Well,
Yes.
and he should know if it's used in the past, present, and the future.
Yeah, sure.
So the
Yes.
passive is related to all the
All the
tenses.
tenses we
So
have
first of
already
all,
talked about.
to know if the subject is the doer of the action, then we know the tense of the sentence
Yes.
itself to choose the correct choice.
Of
Okay.
course.
Now, so we have the passive. Yes, please.
Yes, we used to form passive voice either to focus on the action or to focus on the object of the sentence. Here we have, whenever I will talk about passive voice, actually to our student to make
Yes.
use of both
Yes.
the previous series and the EMAR series.
Yes.
Here we have. You have to read your sentence and classify your sentence into subject and verb, whatever the tense of the verb, just
Yes.
focus on the verb. And then we have the complement here should be object.
Yes.
Okay, now to make passive voice, you have to exchange between the subject and the object. You have to move your object to the beginning of the sentence and then leave a space and change your verb into past participle, which means verb 3. Okay, what do we have here in this space? You have to indicate form of verb to be.
Yes.
Either is, are, was, were, been, being, or even be.
Yes.
Here we have according, you have to choose your be form according to the tense of the basic sentence. Are you in the present? If you are in the present tense, so your sentence should be object plus either is, or are plus past participle. Now, if you are in the past, you have to choose either was or were. If you are in present continuous, your form should be is, are plus being plus past participle.
participle.
And if you are in present perfect, your form should be has, have plus been plus past participle. And then with past perfect, had plus been plus past participle. And if you are in the future always use one of modal verbs,
Yes.
you have to choose be plus past participle. And we have modal perfect.
Yes.
So here we have modal form or modal verb, let's say should, and then we have, and then we use been plus past participle.
You are right.
Yeah, if you want to mention your subject, you can use by phrase, or maybe we have also another preposition,
With.
which is with, okay,
Yes.
plus the subject.
Well,
okay?
very nice. Thank you. Why don't we give them a very simple example and change the sentence from active into passive in order
Yes.
to make it clear? For example,
For example,
Khalid
me give
plays
you an-
chess.
Yes.
Khalid is the subject, plays is the verb, chess,
chess.
is the object.
object,
Now
yes.
let's change it. This is an active sentence, okay? Let's change it into
So
passive.
Yes.
Now here, when I said Khalid plays chess, it means that I have the subject, the verb, and the object. Now let's change this sentence into passive.
We have, as I said, to exchange, we have to move the object to the beginning of the sentence, which is chess.
Chess.
Okay. And here the tense is present simple. So you have to choose either is or am or are. And here the
Object is singular.
Yes, singular. So
Yes.
we choose is.
Yes.
Chess is. And change your verb into past participle played. Chess is played by Khalid.
Khalid.
That's it. That's our sentence in the passive form.
Of course, what about the past? Khalid played
Yes.
chess.
Here we said chess
Was
played,
played.
yes,
Was
by
played
Khalid.
by Khalid.
Yes,
Khalid is playing chess.
Chess is being played by Khalid.
yeah,
That's it. That's
and
it.
so on and so forth.
And
It's-
so on.
Let's say something.
It's very
It's
easy.
a replacement between the main verb and the form of the be. So if the verb in the present, be in the present. If the verb in the past, be in the past, and so on and so forth. And to change your verb into past participle. That's it.
They
That's-
have to know the parts of speech.
Of course.
And let me add something. When the doer or the subject of the statement is very clear, we don't have to refer to it. For example, the burglar was arrested. Who arrests people? The police, for example.
Yes.
So in this case, we don't have to refer to the subject
You are
or the
correct.
doer.
But when the student needs to change the sentence from active to passive,
They should
he
indicate.
should
Yes,
indicate
yes.
to
He
the
should
doer.
indicate
Yes, of
it,
course,
yes.
the
Yes, of
agent.
course.
Thank you very much. Now let's do the choose the correct answer and do the exercise, please.
Yes. Your car is a death trap. It to the scrap years ago. Yes, the answer here is should have been sent.
Thank you. Your car is a death trap. It should have been sent. It should have been sent to the scrap years ago.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good. Here we have actually, I want to, and
Yes.
I indicate this sentence specifically to talk about. What's the difference between, we have two forms of passive voice here. We have should be sent and we have should have been sent. Why we choose should have been sent, not should be sent?
Yes.
Because we are talking about, or in the past. Here the form of should, have, and past participle to indicate the past.
Thank you very much. So
While
the-
should be sent,
It's not in the past.
Yeah,
when we
not in
say
the past,
should
in the
be
present.
sent, it's not in the past.
Yes.
Okay? But when we say should have been sent, it's in the past because the sentence itself had
Yes.
years ago.
Yes, sure.
That's why I always insist on our students to read the sentence carefully all the
About
sentence,
indicator.
understand
Yes.
the indicator in it. Yes, please.
yeah, the
next.
poor bird was captured, I'm sorry about that, and all its efforts to escape from the trap were in vain.
Yes.
That sentence in the past, so here we have was captured.
That's right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Why the roof mended before it fell on. Okay, we have here past tense, which is fell. Okay, so we choose wasn't. Why wasn't the roof mended before it fell on?
You're right. Thank you very much.
Yes, the results of the researches to the students by the teacher in the laboratory now.
Yes.
Now.
Here, now, yes.
have a
sure,
clear
here we have,
indicator.
yes. It's very clear that you have to choose are being shown.
You are right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I hope that the
Anytime.
passive is clear.
I hope so.
Yes. Now let's talk about the causative. What do we mean by causative? What's the form of it? How do we choose the causative? I clean my house myself. Well, I am the doer of the action.
Yes.
I clean is the verb. Myself, I do it myself. I don't need any help from anybody. Okay? Now let's talk about the causative. How do we choose it? Who'd like?
Yes. When the subject of the verb doesn't do the action himself, maybe he asks someone or pay for someone or pursued for anyone to do it to him. So we have here causative verb.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
And the formula of this rule is very clear, which is we have somebody, have or get, the object, and the past participle of the verb.
Yes, you are right. You have somebody who means plus have or get. Okay?
Yes.
Because I'm
Have
afraid that's
is
the
formal.
understanding.
Get
Yes.
is a little bit informal,
Informal.
English
So
language.
we
Yes.
can use have
Or get.
or get.
Yes.
And this have,
Both are correct.
they are both correct, but
Yes.
we choose either
Have or get. One of them is
One
correct.
of them is correct.
Yes.
So have something done.
Yes.
That's it.
Have
I want to say
Something done.
done.
Or
Good.
get
Something done.
The
Also.
subject have something.
Okay.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
are
okay.
correct.
Just we use causative to express either we are the doer or we
We need
Closed.
someone else
yeah,
to
yeah,
do
we
the
ask
action for
someone
us.
to
Yes.
do something for us. So the form here we have subject plus have or get, and we have object and also past participle. It's mixed between active and passive voice.
You are right.
Yeah,
You
that's
It's
are
a
right.
kind of passive
So we
voice.
have a sentence here, my father doesn't fix his car himself. What about it? He doesn't fix his car himself.
So
How
he
do we
asks someone
change
to
He asked
fix
someone,
the car.
Yes, he
Yes.
asked someone to help him fixing
Yes.
the car. So he doesn't fix it himself. It means that there is someone else who will fix it for him. So
Will do it
when
for
we
him.
make the sentence causative, what will we do? How do we change it into causative? If you want to change, yes, please. It is my father.
Here we have my father, and we still have my father in the causative sentence.
Yes.
And then we change doesn't fix into has. Why? Also, we have to replace the main verb with one form of the verb to have or verb to get.
Yes.
Either we use has or gets. Why? We are in the present simple tense. This is the first. Second, we have a singular subject, and has is fit here. His car is the object,
Yes.
and then we change the verb into
Past
verb 3
participle.
or past participle.
You are right.
Okay?
So
That's
it's the
it.
verb have. The verb have according to the subject itself,
Yes.
and according to the tense
the
of the
tense,
sentence
exactly.
itself. If it's in the present, the past, the future. Okay. So my father has his car fixed. That's causative. He has it fixed.
Fixed.
We have something done.
Done.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now another sentence,
The
another
mechanic
example.
fixes my father's car. Here we have fixes, and the tense here is a present simple.
Yes.
So my father, also we place it at the beginning of the sentence. Here we have a singular subject. So the suitable verb here is has to match the subject. And the object, his car fixed. My father has his car fixed.
You are right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
here
So-
we have to omit the doer of the action.
Yes.
We don't need the mechanic. The
Yes.
car is for my father.
We
Yes.
are talking
Okay,
about
yeah, we are talking
who
about
caused
okay.
the action
so here
to be
we
done.
have my father instead of the mechanic.
You are right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's it.
Now another sentence in the negative form.
Yeah, we didn't build our house ourselves. We didn't build our house ourselves. We changed the tense. Okay? So here we have to change the form of have or get. Here we have we had.
Yes.
It for sure, definitely refers to our house. We had it built, and the verb in the past participle here we have built.
You are
That's
right.
it. We
Thank-
had it built.
Yes. Our house is singular. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
we
singular.
choose it. If our houses, so we choose them.
Them,
We have
sure.
to be
Yes,
careful
for plural
to
object.
the choices.
Yes.
Now let's choose the correct answer according to the causative. Okay. Let's choose the correct causative in these sentences, please.
A carpenter is going to mend the front door of our house. The front door of our house mended. We have here present continuous, so we are going to have the front door of our house mended.
You are correct. So a carpenter is going to mend the front door of our house. We are going to have the front door of our house mended. Thank you. Next.
Okay, I repainted the house myself last month. Here we have 4 choices, and we are in the past. So I said I had repainted my house, or I didn't repaint the house. Definitely you have to finish your sentence with past participle.
Yes.
Sure. The object first and then the past participle. So incorrect. Didn't have the house repainted. Here we have past. We have one form of the verb have. We have the object and then past participle. So why not? And the had the house repainted? Definitely not.
Thank you. So I repainted, it's in the past, okay? I repainted it myself, so I didn't have it repainted.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you. Next,
Yes.
please.
After being late for work every day for 2 weeks, Tom's boss reduced his pay. Here we have the verb reduce. It is a past simple tense, so we should use had. Tom had his pay reduced, and the past participle is reduced.
Thank you very much. Now we talked about the causative. Now let's talk about the relative because we are short of time. Let's do according to the relative, dear. We notice we use the who, which, whose. Let's do the exercise to help our students and we finish after it, okay?
Yes.
Now, we notice that when a student, we have to tell our students that when they read the sentence, they should know when choosing the relative pronoun, they should know how to use it. The whose, which is for possession, the who, which is for people, used to refer for people, where for the
places.
time,
Places, yes.
where for places, when for time, okay?
Good.
Now, to make it clear, let's do this exercise.
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
please.
A drill is a tool is used to make a hole in something. Here we have tool and which is non-human. So
A
we
thing.
have, yeah, it's a thing.
Yes.
Which?
Yes.
Yes.
Mobile phones are phones that you can carry around in your pocket. Also, here we have a thing we can use with which or that. Both are correct.
The man who worked in painting company visited me last night. Okay, who? Sure,
course.
because we are talking about the man. Okay.
That,
The women
Yes.
car was stolen, called the police. Here we have a human who possess something, which is the car, so we have to use whose.
you are right. Thank you very much. You have to use whose. That's right. Thank you. Let's be quick and give a brief idea about the conditional sentence. You know, dear students, we have the reported, we have the wish, we have the inversion, but we are short of time. Sorry to say that. We give you a brief idea about the conditional sentences, then we will end with it. Yes, please. Let's
Yes,
be
conditional
quick.
sentences, you have two clauses here. You have the if clause and the many clause.
Yes.
If clause either to be if plus verb 1, verb s, which is mean simple present
Simple
tense.
present,
Yes,
yes.
the other side or the many clause will be also
With
present
simple.
simple tense. This
Yes.
is in the zero form of conditional sentence to express facts,
Yes.
actually. The first conditional sentence include if clause and
Present
verb 1,
simple.
verb s or
Yes.
present simple. The many clause will be will plus infinitive or verb 0.
Want for negative.
Yes. And the second conditional sentence or the second conditional form is if plus simple past, and the many clause we use would or could plus infinitive, okay? And then we move to the third conditional sentence, which contains if plus past perfect, and the many clause will be would and have and past participle.
Thank
With
you very
angry
much.
or hypothetical situation in the past.
Thank you very much. To
Yes.
make it clear, let's give very simple example. If you study hard, we have two clauses, as I said. If you study hard, you will pass.
Pass. Your
If you
exam.
studied hard, you would,
Would
pass.
pass.
If you
had
had
studied
studied hard, you would have
have
passed. And I hope that all our students will pass in everything in their exam and have the full mark in all the subjects.
We hope so.
Okay. Well, dear colleagues, thank you very much for sharing in this session, in this seminar, and I
You are
hope
welcome.
that we were very clear. We gave, although we talked quickly, we were
brief.
very quick, but we need. Because it's related to the exam, and I hope that if you have a question, to call us. I hope to meet later in order to talk about many other things relating to the final
yes, to
exam.
complete our
And
curriculum
I
for
wish
you.
good luck for our students. Would you like to say something to our students before we leave?
We wish them all the best.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Yes.
maybe thank you for
Watching us.
Well,
watching us. Yes.
Yes, and thank you, dear colleagues, for
Yeah, thank
sharing,
you
for
very much.
watching,
Thank
for
you.
working, for
You are
doing
welcome.
everything.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
dear students, and everyone. Thank you for dear, and let's meet another time. Goodbye.